let my daughter move in with the man who abandoned her at birth. I opened the door, and my heart stopped. Neil, Ren's father. He walked out when she was 2 weeks old with a note that said, "I'm not ready for this," and I hadn't heard from him since. I raised her alone, working doubles and skipping meals. Every night she'd kiss my cheek and whisper, "I love you, mommy." Now Neil was standing in my doorway in a suit that cost more than my rent. Before I could speak, Ren came up behind me. Neil smiled at her. "Hey, sweetheart, I'm your dad. Leave." He didn't move. He looked around at our tiny apartment and laughed. "Still living like this? That's sad. We'll see each other soon." The next day, Ren told me he'd messaged her and she wanted to meet him. I said no. She screamed that I couldn't control her forever and that she'd hate me if I kept her from her own father. So I let her go. Dinner started, then weekends at his mansion, then shopping sprees I couldn't compete with. I watched my daughter slip away piece by piece. For her 14th birthday, I woke up at 4 a.m. to bake her favorite chocolate cake. I was still decorating it when Neil's party invitation arrived. When I walked into his house that afternoon, the smell of expensive catering hit me before I got through the door. Ren saw me holding my cake, looked at it, then sprinted past me into Neil's arms. "Dad, this is the best day ever." Neil looked over her shoulder at me and mouthed, "Mine now." I stood frozen in my worn-out work clothes while his wife whispered loud enough for me to hear, "That's her, the one who kept Ren from him." That night, Ren went straight to her room. No kiss on the cheek, no "I love you, mommy," just a closed door. I drove to Neil's office the next morning. My hands were shaking when I pushed past his secretary. He was leaning back in his leather chair, feet on the desk, like he'd been expecting me. "What are you doing to my daughter?" He laughed. "Our daughter. And I'm giving her the life you never could. You're not her father. You're a stranger with a checkbook." He took his feet off the desk and leaned forward. "My wife can't have children. Ren is my heir. And honestly, watching you lose her is the most fun I've had in years. I'll fight you in court." He grinned. "Please do. I've got lawyers on retainer who cost more per hour than you make in a week." His lawyers filed for custody the next week. The night before court, I stood in Ren's doorway watching her shove clothes into a bag. "He's using you. He told me you're just his backup because his wife can't have kids." She spun around, her face red. "You're lying because you can't stand that he actually wants me." She shoved past me so hard I hit the doorframe and slid down the wall. The courtroom is freezing and I'm gripping the table to keep my hands steady. Neil sits across from me, leg crossed, looking bored. They call Ren to the stand and she walks up without looking at me. "How would you describe your relationship with your mother?" She smothers me. She makes me feel guilty for wanting more. My chest caves in. "Do you want to live with your father?" "Yes." He actually listens to me. I stare at her, this girl who whispered, "I love you, mommy," every night for 13 years. The judge reviews the documents and grants Neil full custody. I get 2 weekends a month. Neil smiles and straightens his tie like he just closed a business deal. My lawyer leans over. "We can appeal." I look at Ren. She's already walking toward Neil, grabbing his arm, smiling up at him. I shake my head. I'm done. Neil hears me. His smile falters for a second because he wanted me to fight. He wanted to watch me lose publicly, and I just took that from him. As they walk past my table, he leans down so only I can hear. "Thanks for keeping her fed until I was ready." I don't react. I just sit there staring straight ahead. He waits for me to break, but I don't give him anything. He finally walks away with Ren on his arm. She doesn't look back, not once. I sit there alone until a bailiff touches my shoulder. "Ma'am, you have to leave now." She moved out that weekend. My first visit was Saturday. She never called me mommy, just my first name like a stranger.
Click the link in my profile to watch the exciting follow-up.